So, one thing I don't know how to recommend is a watch, especially a smartwatch. Anytime I get asked the question, why should I buy a smartwatch? Usually, what I tell people is just get it first. But that doesn't seem like a good enough reason to actually get a smartwatch. So, today, I'm going to give you reasons, actually useful reasons, why you should get a smartwatch. So, in the era of hustle and grind, let's just start off with what's most important, which is health and fitness. Because there's no any other way to explain this, but when you have a smartwatch, it makes you want to take care of your health or take it more seriously. Whether you're just glancing to close your rings or you're just someone who is determined and wants to increase your daily goals for the day, at least for Apple Watches. I don't know about any other watch. Or you want to track your workout activity so you can track things like your time spent, your active calorie burns, total calorie for that particular workout, and a lot more. But I don't know how accurate this is. It all depends on Apple, but I'm sure it's a bit accurate so that you don't get worried or concerned about the accuracy of these things. Another feature on the Apple Watch is sleep score. So again, in this era of hustle and grind, you've probably heard the term 996, which is working 9 to 9, 6 days a week. I don't think that's healthy, but again, I'm talking to myself. There are some things you shouldn't take for granted, things like sleep. But thankfully, because of this, I've been able to track how good I've been sleeping. But I've had to question its accuracy just once, because there was this one time I slept for 2 hours. Pretty sure it was 2 hours. And when I woke up, it said I had slept for 7 hours. Probably because my bedtime would have started by 10:30 till 5. And yeah, but this one time I slept, took a nap and woke up and it was spot on. I believe you have friends. Of course you do. And sometimes you want to find out what they're doing. So what do? Yeah, you just glance at your watch. They most likely would be up and you can see their move go and stand go. And if they're going for a workout to actually beat you in a competition, because yes, with an Apple Watch you can actually compete with your friends and yeah, earn a reward. And you know how a game can be competitive if you know that there is a reward to be earned at the end. So consciously, all these features will come together to make sure you take better care of your health. You still have other things like blood oxygen level and heart rate. So it could also help you detect if you're hypertensive. But the thing is, you want to know that you have some sort of reassurance that there's a little device on your wrist that could potentially just save your life one day. We don't pray for these things, but yeah. Now I want to clarify 2 things, but I'm going to say one now and the other towards the end, so stay tuned. Every single feature I've spoken about is specifically for the Apple Watch, and I know it seems like I'm saying, oh, go and get the Apple Watch, but no, don't go out and get the Apple Watch. The Apple Watch just happens to be the only device I've used. I've used the Series 4 and now switched to a Series 10. No regrets. Which brings us to the next reason why you should get a smartwatch. Convenience. Convenience could vary from a number of things. So what's convenient for me might not be convenient for you, but it's how you go about your day. So whether you're pausing to check a notification or you just pick a call with your watch, or it's just having to pay with the flick of your wrist and the thing goes ding. What I've noticed is that there are certain actions that would actually require you to bring out your phone. But since you have a smartwatch, you can just do all that on your smartwatch. It's not the biggest screen in the world, but it gets the job done. And let's not forget, any smartwatch you're going to pick or buy should integrate perfectly with your phone. Otherwise, you're probably just missing out on all the fun stuff and having to do things with ease. You can have all this good stuff, the convenience, fitness, and health, but are there still cons of having a smartwatch? And the answer is, I'll say this, with every pro, there is a con. And we're just going to stick with calling these things concerns. Because with every good smartwatch, it's also not that many, and it's just something you might not even consider. Let's say you go on a dinner date. Typically, what you do is have your phone face down so you can listen to the person talking to you. But if you have an Apple Watch, if you have a smartwatch, you most likely have your notifications coming through that watch, unless they're silenced or on cinema mode. Every single thing comes to your wrist, and you're having to do this impulsive gesture where you just happen to look at your watch every single time. So that might be rude to the person sitting next to you, and Yeah, it's just impulse, because then you receive every single vibration on your watch and you just have to check on it, even though it's not even important. Now, if you're someone like me that doesn't like to have things on their body, or it takes a little while for you to get used to things being on your body, the first month or two of wearing this watch, again, I had problems. But before I list those problems, if you had anything similar, let me know in the comments. So getting the watch, I also have this tingling sensation on my wrist. It would feel like it was pinching, but almost immediately it would stop and it would start to itch. And then my skin started to react to the whole thing, and it had like this blemish, which made me to take the watch and keep it off for about a day or two, wore it back, and yeah, now I wear this thing almost every single time. Why we don't want to call these cons is because smartwatches are just extra accessories. They can't completely replace your phone. In fact, they need your phone to work, because phones these days are OP devices. So now, all that being said, I said there were two things I was going to clarify. One was, it seems like I was saying go and get an Apple Watch. Well, I'm not saying you shouldn't. But the other thing is, what's the point of this video? Now, don't run out and get a smartwatch. What you can do instead is, if you have any smartwatch and someone walks up to you and asks you, oh, why do you think I should get a smartwatch? Then do me a solid, share them this video. Yeah. Or you have an answer after watching this whole thing, so you don't stutter and try to find justification for why you made one financial mistake in the past. Yes, the prices of smartwatches are not cheap, and there are definitely some fake ones out there, but if you want to get a good smartwatch, you'll probably be looking at spending a couple of hundreds. But let me leave you with this. Would you rather spend or have $1,000 watch that tells you the time, or even a $50 watch that tells you the time, or would you rather have a utility watch that could potentially save your life one day, subconsciously makes you take good care of your health, prevents you from picking up your phone from time to time, saves you some screen on time, and again, potentially save your health one day? What would you rather have? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. SV2Excel. See you in the next one.